Welcome back to Hear Me Out. I'm Dee.
I'm E.
And today we're giving you the weekly recap of the Kardashians season 4 on Hulu. This was episode 6, so take it away.
You got it, guys. You're spiraling. And this is something Kris Jenner says later on. I don't know what is up with Khloe and my girl Kris, but they've been going through it this season. And I don't know if I like it, but whatever. All right, so we're in Calabasas at Khloe's house, and Kris is there. Kris is trying to figure out what Khloe's next chapter might be. I don't know why she's still honing on this. What's her next chapter? Kris wants Khloe to have a podcast. She thinks she will be great at it. Khloe says that we have to think and weigh the risk and the rewards of it all. Khloe provides an example of calling Caitlyn Bruce by mistake and how, she could be annihilated by the viewers and, again, trauma, being afraid to do things. Kris says that she understands Khloe's fear, but fear is like fire, right? It can either heat up your home or it could burn it down.
Oh, yeah.
Khloe has to get over her fear and have the confidence to share her special gift. Khloe says that she can't take on a new project. She doesn't have a management team. Kris is there when the contract is signed and then dissipates until the next contract. Khloe says that she's not complaining. She's just pointing it out. She doesn't have a middleman. Khloe tells Kris that one of her frustrations is that there's no follow through when something is done. This is Khloe speaking to Kris as a manager, not as her mom. She doesn't have a problem with her mom. She has a problem with her manager. She says when Kris is out of the country and her lunches and her dinners, etc., she would call and Kris's assistant would say, "We can't do this unless we talk to Kris," which pisses Khloe off to new heights. Because again, she's not getting the attention that she needs. Khloe understands that Kris can't do everything. And feels like they're equally, and she doesn't feel like everybody's equally taken care of. Khloe tells Kris, when you take on multiple clients, you have to fulfill their multiple and different needs. You don't give enough time or enough to each one of us because you physically can't. Kris says that it's not a fair statement, and I think this is when things go downhill. Then Kris talks about building a team again with the podcast, building a team with a facility, blah 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 blah. Khloe says she doesn't trust that. Khloe says that she has an issue with her manager during the confessional. When Khloe addresses the issues, she gets a lot of pushback, a lot of guilt tripping, just like a mom would do. Khloe asks Kris, "Do I have one person at Good American that can represent me?" Also, from a management side, who can she call besides Kris to give her an answer or help her immediately? No one.
Right.
Because Kris is whining and dining and vacationing and, dissipating. Khloe says she never feels like there's people looking out for her. She has to do it all on her own. Kris says that they just look at things differently. Khloe's now pissed and says that she's not going to continue having this conversation because this is all bull. And Kris keeps trying to have this combo. Khloe says that she's never heard. We put a Band-Aid over a bullet hole, whatever that means. And Kris likes to patronize her. Kris then says, "You're spiraling." That's my favorite thing right now. Khloe says that her mom doesn't understand what she is going through. Khloe has no expectations. She says without expectations, you don't get hurt by anything. She said in the past that she's had so many expectations over the years and they've all fallen short. It's easier not to expect anything and be grateful for what you do get, which is the sad part that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. I think Khloe better be getting the biggest check for this season because she's been carrying this goddamn show. Sorry. This is literally the Khloe show. And the fact that all that they've done the entire season is A, not listen to her, B, gaslight her, and then C, continue to try to force her into the wrong things, it's beyond like messed up. This is supposed
Mm-hmm.
to be your family. But right now, this is supposed to be your manager. Your manager who doesn't separate professional from personal, because her reaction was not professional. Chloe's reaction as, the what is it, like the client or whatever, is warranted, right? That is how clients can be. But Kris's reaction was completely unprofessional. You would never tell your client they're spiraling. You would never try and tell them that, like, they basically are refusing X, Y, and Z because, whatever she was like claiming. And it just, to me, speaks to a bigger issue that they've been highlighting the entire season. The fact that nobody listens to her. The fact that nobody puts Chloe first. At no point did Kris say, I will work on this so that you can get an answer. She kept pushing it off. We can do a team for you for the podcast. But that wasn't the root of the issue. She just kept trying to pass it off, as she continues to do with other things when it comes to like Chloe and her professional life. And then it seeps into the personal life. So the fact that Chloe feels this way, I think, is completely like, normal. It's
Mm-hmm.
within her right. And Kris's behavior, to me, she wouldn't do that to Kim. She wouldn't do that to Kylie. But I feel like she'll do that to Chloe. She'll do that to Courtney. I think she'd do that to Kendall. But I don't think she would do that to Kim or to Kylie. So it's like, just do what you're getting paid to do, man. That's it. Chloe needs to find another manager.
I doubt that.
I know that's never going to happen, but the same way we tell Courtney, girl, leave the show. Chloe, get a new manager.
Mm-hmm.
Get a new manager.
Yeah, I think that I didn't even know, I'm in business and I didn't even notice her behavior. I think what was very prevalent was Chloe expressed herself fully and thoroughly and professionally, and these are my needs, and this is what I don't have. Almost, this is what I would want.
Yeah.
Kris was like, so the podcast, did you not hear anything I said?
Yeah.
It goes back to you're not listening.
Yeah.
She was just pushing forward her agenda. I don't know if she was looking at dollar signs or an opportunity to monopolize a certain market or whatever it is. That's what I saw. I'm like, you're not listening to her again. So not only is it her love life and you guys are trying to shove Tristan down her throat, now this is like in the professional aspect or business aspect. Now you want me to do what you want me to do, and you don't care that everything else is falling apart,
Right.
kind of thing. So, girl, you need a break. They live next door to each other. I think Chloe needs to move to Nebraska or something.
She's moved away from that family for a good while. Like,
Tristan too.
same way you do boundaries with Tristan, do boundaries with your family, girl. Trust me. A therapist would recommend that as well. Like, it's ridiculous. And, to me, it's like, at every turn, she has expressed exactly what she thinks and feels and wants and needs, and nobody has been listening. So,
she needs to just curse people out at this point.
yeah.
I think that's when they'll be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's what she did?
Like, I remember Chloe had Cocktails with Chloe when she was doing Courtney and Chloe to Miami, and she was doing that radio show. She was so good at it. Like, I think she'd be great at a podcast, but that's not what she wants to do. And that's what she's comfortable with. And if she doesn't even have somebody that's representing her interest in Good American, and that's her, like, big business, that I think says a lot. I think the moment that she asked that question to Kris, as her manager, it should have been like an instant red flag, like, oh, damn, okay, hold on, but that's not what she's doing. And so if you cannot separate the two things, then I'm going to go ahead and separate it.
Yeah.
Fire. And then that way we can just go ahead and move on and just, have a separate sort of relationship. Because
Yeah.
just like, I know it's not going to happen, but still, it's just, again, they keep doing the same thing to Khloe.
Yeah, that was a very mom response. Now that I'm hearing it, it's like, oh, now I'm offended. And, it wasn't a business
You're
kind
spiting.
of thing. Yeah. Now thinking about it.
You're gaslighting. Like, I looked at it entirely from like a business standpoint, just because like I deal with clients like daily. I know exactly how they are and how, the things that they tell you, the things that they want and need and all that stuff. And no matter how much you may not like it, it's still your job to handle things. Otherwise,
Mhm.
you're fired. Like, that's real world. So, I just think it's so frustrating that we keep seeing the same theme and pattern over and over again when it comes to her. And it's unfortunate.
If you haven't already done so, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also, please share our video. We're trying to grow our community so your friends could be our friends. We could all be friends. We also have social media, which Steve will tell you about.
We're on Instagram and TikTok at Hear Me Out DNE. So make sure you guys follow, like, and share. Also comment. We enjoy interacting with y'all.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.